So this is 452, organizational strategy. This is supposed to be your last class. So in theory, we're going to use all the knowledge you learned in the past 4 or 5 years in this class. On top of that, we are going to talk about strategies that this is might be able to adopt. This is not an easy class. And for the Monday session, I offer options for you guys to do it online. But historically, people do it in person, do much better, okay? Because we will have a simulation game that's kind of difficult. Okay, the simulation game, you will need to utilize the knowledge you learned in finance, accounting, operations management, HR, those kind of stuff in the simulation game. And also, the simulation game is a team project because it's very time consuming. So on top of, that you have to use different knowledge in the simulation game, you also need to learn how to work in a team. That's, I think, it make it more complicated. So for today, I'm going to assign you, I'm going to leave you some time, you will find your team. So we will have a team of 3 to 4 people in one team. Okay, and if you want to do online, when you try to form your team, also make sure you find a team, with people that want to do online. How many of you actually want to do online here? So you guys need to try to see if we can form a team, and then I'm going to put you in a team with other people that want to do online. They might be in the Zoom, they might be watching the recording after today, okay? But the rest of you, if you want to do here, I think that's great, because we would usually do 1 hour lecture in strategies. And then I'll leave 1 hour, another 1.5 hours for you guys to do the simulation game. Okay, so that, and I'll be here so that when you have questions, you can ask me. I'll just go to different teams to answer questions. I think that's easier for you guys. So let's see how many. So I think. So I
think 31 for the team.
So the textbook we are using. So for this class, we need 2 materials. One is the ebook written by me and my friend. It's on TopHat. So you will need to go to tophat.com. And I think I sent everybody the email. I don't know if you receive it for the TopHat call. If not, I can send it out after today's class. No. So let me just show you your TopHat. So if you are on Monday class, your call should be this is online. So Monday, your code is 926-816. 926-816. And for those who is online, the code should be 438237. So when you go to Top Hat, you will be required to purchase two things. One is a platform subscription. If this is your last semester, you can just pick one semester, but if this is not your last semester, all my classes will use Top Hat. Okay, so if you are going to take any of other my class, I would recommend you to take 1 year or the 4-year subscription. It will save you money. And then the book itself is like $40 or 35 or 45. I don't remember. So that's the Top Hat. So that's the first material. And then the second material is the BSG game. Okay, and we will assign you to different teams. So, and BSG website is here, bsg-online.com. So for the BSG games, you will get the link. So the Monday class, the personal class is section 1, okay? So if you click the link on the syllabus,
That's MGT. Comes out of that.
so after everything after the introduction, I will let you guys to find your team. So one thing to keep in mind when you find your team, make sure you find someone with different concentration, different background, okay? Different gender, different race or something. It will help you in the decision making, because like before we have a group of students, they are accounting. Usually accounting students, they are very hardworking. Okay, I don't know how many accounting students are here. Only one. So it's hardworking. No, usually accounting students are hardworking, but they are conservative. Okay, so I remember there's a group of accounting team. They accounting students. They work hard. They always stay like till really late, but they couldn't they didn't do well in the game because they were too conservative. Okay, and we have a group of, I remember we have a group of marketing students. They did really well in presentation. They talk really nice, but they couldn't read financial statement. So it's something really easy. Even when I go over that, they'll be like, what were you talking about? I said, this, the income, the quick ratio, this ratio. And they were like, we don't know what you're talking about. So you would need someone that can understand the numbers. Don't panic when you look at numbers. Okay. Some people are very sensitive to numbers. Like I'm very sensitive to numbers. My daughter, on the other hand, really bad at numbers. Even though I know she's very smart, but she just panicked when she sees numbers. Her brain went blank. Okay, so if you are that type of person, make sure you find someone that's comfortable with numbers. Okay, and learn from each other. So when you find a team, make sure you have a diverse background. So that's first thing. So we will after you find your team, make sure you get their the cell phone number, okay? And make sure you guys, in addition to the Monday meeting, the Monday class time, you set extra meeting time, because in the first few weeks, you might need extra time to understand the game, to discuss the game. Later on, it will be fast, but in the beginning, it's very time consuming, okay? So this is the game. Everybody need to purchase this as well. So there are two things that you need for these two materials you need for this class. If something happened, hopefully not, to you that you don't think you can finish everything in the end of this semester, don't panic, just email me before the end of semester. Email me. I'm very flexible. I try to be accommodating. So I'll give you incomplete, including whoever in the Zoom. If something happens, you can't finish class, I'll give you incomplete. You can complete, next semester. You have 1 year to complete your incomplete. Okay, so that's an option. But of course, I don't want you guys to do that. But it's just an option, so that I don't want you to panic. For the online class, this is semi self-paced, but we do have simulation games that is due every week. So you still need to discuss with your teammates, what decision you are going to make every week. So let me see, do I set it up? No, I don't think I set it up on Sunday night. Let me double check. So I set up this probably in the beginning of July, and I kind of forget what I did. So schedule. So 12 and 19. Monday. So everything is due on Monday night. Okay, Monday midnight, 11:59. Okay, so there's a mistake on my syllabus. So what we do is, I'll tell that later. So every week there's something due, okay, every Monday. And so if you can see, this is also a mistake. So it should be the top hat quizzes. So we will have the top hat for every chapter. You will have 10 quiz questions. So if you register for the top hat book, and that's something we are going to talk about the first half of our class every Monday, okay? And then I'm going to go over the simulation game result, and then you guys can work on it. So the simulation game is actually more important than the top hat quizzes. If you can see, the simulation game result is 600 points. It's the same as the total quizzes on the top hat. Okay, and on top of that, there's a 3-year strategic plan also for the simulation game. That's 100 points. That's also team. And then we have 2 simulation quizzes. That's individual. So everybody has to do their quizzes. But I don't mind you guys actually work in a team to do it together. So the quizzes is actually a tool to encourage you to understand the game. Okay, so if you guys can work together, like, so what's this answer? You can look up the player's menu. If you can know that, that's the key. Okay, the key is not to fail you. The key is to help you. Okay, so for the simulation quizzes, there are certain due dates, but after the due dates, even before the due date, if you already finished and your grade is not good, for the quizzes, you can always ask me to reset it for as many times as possible till the end of semester, okay? But I'm very strict on this because we have big class, we have like 30 something, and we have 2 sessions. So when you want to reset the quizzes, for this class, we have 2 methods. So you can always come to me after class, tell me you want to reset the quiz 1 or 2. If you are not coming here, then you have to email me, okay? And when you email me, here, when you email me, I need you to tell me your full name and which quiz, which industry are you from, the online or Monday. So you are in industry 1, online classes in industry 2, okay? For Monday class, you're industry 1. So you need to tell me you're from industry 1, and then your full name, what is your team A, B, C, D, E, okay? And then which quiz you want to reset. You can reset quiz 1, quiz 2, or both. Okay, so you need to tell me those 4 things. And on the title of the email, you need to put in like reset BSG quiz. Okay, because if you don't put in title, usually it goes to junk. So if you didn't give me all this information, I will ignore your email. Okay, so don't just keep sending me email without those information. I wouldn't even bother to say, hey, go to syllabus, check what you need to put in. No, I will just ignore your email. If you give me all the information, I reset your quiz, I would say reset or done, something like that. Okay? Because I try to be nice to reset your quiz, so please don't give me too much extra work. Okay, so if you don't give me like the industry, if you don't give me the full name, I have to go through all the list that try to reset the quiz for you. So try to work with me, okay? And then, oh, I forgot to actually mention this. So I put my where's my text? Anybody see it? So this is the Zoom link. Okay, always this is the only link I will use. I didn't put in my cell phone number. So if you guys want to Zoom me, you can, and then you can do the office hour. Oh, so my office hour is Monday, 1 to 4, Tuesday, Thursday, 10 to 11. I will be in my office and I will also log into the Zoom. So if you can come to the office, just log into the Zoom and then check, okay? If you can do the office hour, text me whenever you have your computer with you, whenever you can use the computer to share screen and, with your team. Because this is like usually from this class, people ask me questions about the BSG game. Okay, so if it's a team, the BSG decision you have question about, make sure all the team members are there and all log into the Zoom. Just text me like, hey, do you have time? And then if I do, I say, oh, I can log in here. I don't like to set up the appointment because I got stood off so often. And I hated it because, like I would leave everything, there and then just log into Zoom waiting for students to come in and they don't show up. So my things will be interrupted, and nobody show up. So I prefer to just, when you can Zoom, just text me. And I just, if I can, I just, hey, I can now, let's do it. Or I'll be like, I'll be home in 10 minutes, I can Zoom in 10 minutes. So that's a better way. But I thought I put my cell phone number here.
I just said email you.
I can just. Here. Did anybody see it on the syllabus? Even didn't do that. Okay, so write it down. My phone number is, don't text me on anything else. Don't say, hey, reset my quiz. Okay, quiz resetting has to go through email. Okay, because then I can search, like if I didn't do it, I can search emails and then reset it for you. But if you go through phones, I don't know how to search. Okay, and I don't know your name and stuff. So A06, 786, A558. So that's only for Zoom meeting or emergency. What else? Oh, I forgot to, yeah.
Say that number again,
A06, 786, A558. So forgot to introduce myself. So my name is Daisy Wang. I'm originally from Taiwan. I don't know how many of you know where Taiwan is, but I'm originally from Taiwan. And I like to travel, and I use points to travel. Okay, and I'm spoiled now because when you use points, you can get business class with certain amount of points. So now I only fly business class with points. I never really pay for that. And what else? And several months ago, I started to invest in stock market. Okay, and I'm pretty good. That's why I told you I'm very sensitive to numbers. And a friend of mine told me how to do technical analysis. So we're able to look at the chart and figure out when to buy, when to sell. And there's a lot. I think it's really fun. So I'm trying to see if I can be the advisor for the investment club. Okay, our school has investment club, but I think nothing has been done yet. So, and usually I'm not that confident, but the past few months I've been doing really well. I've been making $6,000 to $10,000 a month with about $25,000 to $30,000. What is it? The in my portfolio. So I've been doing really well, but it takes a lot of studying. Like I get up every morning at 6 o'clock. I walk my dog. When I walk my dog, I will listen to a lot of business news, like about 1 hour business news. And then I will look at the stock market news and stuff. And then when it's like 8:30, I started to look at the chart to see what I need to do. The past month though, in August, didn't do much because my daughter was sick. Like after she got the COVID booster shot, she has really elevated heart rate. Like her heart rate will go up to 140 to 150. And actually took her to ER. She's 13. I took her to ER like twice, but nothing really happened. So because of that, because we couldn't find what caused that, she started to have anxiety. So I've been like doing bed resting with her in August, like the whole month. Basically, I didn't do anything. I was just lying on bed with her, and then that's why I leave my phone on, because I told her if she feel anxious, she can FaceTime anytime, FaceTime me anytime. So so if during the class my phone ring, I want what's the word? Apologize in advance, okay? And if you also have if you have some kind of family emergency that you also need to pick up the phone, feel free to do it, and then just walk out the classroom. So that's basically me. So, and for this year, I went crazy. Like I haven't traveled for 3 years. So this year, actually, I booked the award ticket to go back to Taiwan, and it got canceled 3 times. So I booked the ticket. We just came back from the Bahamas. So we went to Bahamas just a few days ago. And in November, we're going to Egypt. In December, going to Budapest and then back to Taiwan. And in March, going to Spain and then Argentina. And then in June, going to Doha in the Middle East, and then Maldives, and then back to Taiwan, and then Japan and Korea, and then back to here. So I'm booked till August 2023. Yeah. So it's all by points. It's all by points. If you are interested, talk to me after class. I'm very interested. Yeah. No, after class, not now. So we can, and if you are interested in the investment, we can also talk, after class. I think it's fun, and because my friend helped me, so I like to help people. Okay, but it does take a lot of discipline to do that, and it's actually a lot of work. Like when you do the award ticket, you have to book it in advance. So so that's just something I enjoy doing, and it actually worked well with the traveling, because as long as you have internet, you can do the day trading anywhere, everywhere you want. And now I'm just trying to see how good or how bad I can do. So I'm just doing it like for 3 months, and I try to keep track of how much I make, how much I lose, and see how I did maybe for 12 months, and then decide when I can retire. So so any questions so far? Okay, so so for this syllabus, it's actually important. We have, if you can see here, we have the lecture, okay, and then we have the simulation game. I'm usually checking my emails during the weekdays, but like I mentioned, sometimes I might have emergency with my daughter. So if I don't respond, maybe send me another email, or wait for a few more days. If I don't respond, just you can text me or come to class and ask me questions. But I usually respond my email really, really quick. On the weekend, I don't usually check my emails. But if your team can only meet in Zoom on weekends, just text me. Okay, if I can, I'll say, oh, I can meet like now, or I can, or so just text me when you need to meet on the Zoom. Then we have the chapter quizzes on top half. So everything is due by December 10th. Okay, because I need a few days to grade, to put in your grades. And usually people graduating after this class. So usually people graduating in December. Yeah, in December, after this class. So I would like to submit the grade a little bit earlier. So there are 2 quizzes on the BSG game, due on September 12th and October 11th. Okay, and then we have the strategic plan. Also, it's due on October 17th. So what you can do is you can go to the tentative schedule. So today we are supposed to I'll show you the introduction about the game, okay, after this. And then for this class, you will just form your team after I show you the introduction, okay? And then I'll tell you you are company A, B, C, D, E, okay? And for online, I will assign them different team. So for those who want to do online, I will ask again one more time after we talk about this, when you need to form your team. So whoever want to do online, it's better you guys form teams together, because for people who will be here, it's not fair for them to be here and you are not here for the BSG discussion, okay? So it's better that you guys choose to do online. You can meet online, or you can just text each other, okay? So so basically today I'm going to ask you guys to form the team, and then you have 1 week to register your BSG game, okay? Because the first quiz is due on September 12th. So next week we don't have class, right? So on September 12th, before the class, before midnight, actually, so we will have time for you to do the quiz in class, okay? So you can do the quiz in class on September 12th. And then the 19th, Oh, so for the game, we have 10 rounds of decisions. Each round represents 1 year. And for the first 2 rounds, we are going to do practice round. So you will start year 11, year 12, and then we will reset the game, and then we start again from year 11 and until year 20. Okay, so any questions so far? So everything should be here, like you can see here. Okay, it tells you when is the decision due, and the first practice decision. This is the second practice decision, so it will be due on September 19. And then the first practice decision will reset. I need to look at this. So it will reset on the September 20th after the Monday. So it will reset on Tuesday after we talk about the result. Okay, and then it will start another game. So. And then for November 11, you guys been here long enough to know we have switch day in fall, right? So for this is this November 11. No, October 11. So October 11 is a Tuesday, but I know some people works, so so this on the October 11, we won't be meeting here. We'll be doing online because I think some people might not be available to come here. Okay, so we won't be meeting this Tuesday. In theory, we are supposed to meet on Tuesday. Okay, does it make sense? Yeah.
Okay, what happens to the Tuesday class?
They will be off because they will be doing the Monday schedule because we have the Labor Day off. And
So that'll be,
it will be,
their class will be the 10th then?
yes, so they won't have class that week. Yeah, otherwise the Monday class got all the hours, right?
Oh,
So that's why I choose to teach on Mondays. But now they have the switch day, so I can't have 2 Mondays off. But we can we follow the Monday schedule on that Tuesday. And then there's a week I'm going to Egypt. Oh, here. So on November 14th, we're going to Egypt. So I'll be recording online. And then, yeah, so, and then we have no class for Thanksgiving week. So we have 2 weeks in November, we don't have class. Okay. So like I said, everything is due on December 10, before December 10, midnight, which is a Saturday midnight. Okay. Any questions? No questions? Then let me show you the ESG videos.
Business strategy game is an online strategy simulation used primarily at the capstone or senior level strategy and policy course at college and university business schools. In the business strategy game, student participants manage a company that manufactures and sells athletic footwear. Normally, a course instructor will assign student participants to teams, and each team will manage a company in competition with other student-managed companies from within a single class. Each student participant will register an account for their assigned company team, and upon login, will arrive at the company's corporate lobby page. The corporate lobby serves as each company team's home for managing its athletic footwear company. There is a menu at the left providing access to a schedule of deadlines and events set up by the course instructor, a message center, which may be used to communicate with teammates and the course instructor, a player materials menu providing access to, among other things, the player's guide, the manual for students that you may download, print, or view online. It is very important that students read and understand the player's guide. Any optional assignments the instructor may include with the simulation are available through the assignments menu. Account settings may be managed through the My Account menu item, and there's a technical support menu item if any technical issues are encountered. The panel in the upper middle shows all of the registered team members and when they last logged in. Below that, a scoreboard showing the performance scores for all of the company teams competing in the simulation. To the right, a reminders box showing any upcoming deadlines for decision rounds or other assignments the instructor may make. Below that, a table of interest rates showing the interest rates for each type of loan that the company may take out. And below that, an exchange rate table showing the impact that the fluctuation between exchange rates will have in the geographic regions that the company competes in. To manage the company, participants launch the Decisions Reports app by clicking this green button in the Decisions Reports box. To the right of the button, there's a link to a video explaining in detail the Decisions Reports app. Remember to read the player's guide and also the recommended decision-making procedures page. You will find these two documents very helpful.
Yeah, so the player's guide is very thick. Okay, you should browse it first, and then you don't have to print it out. Just when you play the game, just make sure you leave it open, and then use the Control F function to find whatever you need to figure out. Okay, because sometimes you don't remember. Even me, I've been teaching this for 10 years, but I still don't remember all the details. Okay, so you have to go to player's guide to see what decision would affect this and that. So remember that. And then what else? There's another video. So they did change the video. Let's see.
The Decisions Reports app is what is used to manage the athletic footwear company. All decision entry and report pages that are available are accessed through the Decisions Reports app. Click the Go to Decisions Reports button, and the app will open in a new tab. The app consists of a main viewing panel where all of the decision entry and report pages are displayed, and a sidebar at the left with a navigation menu and other essential items that will be discussed. The display panel is normally divided into sections, with decision entry fields shown in blue and calculation section above or below. In the left-hand sidebar, the menu for navigating all of the decision entry pages and reports is at the top. Below the navigation menu is the projected performance box, showing current year projections for the company on several key performance measures. Click the Info button at the top for more details on the performance projections that are generated when decision entries are made for the company.
So this is the tricky part. So the projected number is calculated based on last year's average. Okay. So and then this is like the calculation they will show you. So when you change the number here, for example, if you let's put in the wage increase from 1% to 2%, it will change the numbers here, right? It will change some of the numbers here, and you will change the numbers here. But it just means that they calculated based on last year's decision. They assume all other competitors, all other companies, they don't change anything. But the reality is everybody is changing something, right? So what you can do is you can try to change this and see how it affects the projection, but it doesn't mean this will be your performance after in the end of year 11. Okay, this just give you some reference, like how your decision affect those numbers. It doesn't necessarily mean it will be like that. So don't play with the numbers based on this. You still need to look at other teams, like what they might have done, what they might have, choose. Okay, so you have to like think about the strategy. Okay, so don't just play with this and then see, oh, this number looks good. Our revenue increased 100%. Great, but it doesn't mean it because the competitors might do something different. It might affect everything. Okay, so just use this to see how different decisions affect your performance. Like sometimes revenues, sometimes when you, let's say, when you increase your incentive pay, okay, in theory, it costs more money, right? You pay more for your employee. But sometimes if you pay a little bit more, it might make the productivity higher. So maybe your profit will be higher, even though you pay a little bit more for your employee. So that's something you have to play around to see this, okay? And sometimes it also depends on what other people do. Sometimes like if we all get really lousy pay, all the companies, like the high-tech companies, they all get really bad, lousy pay. Nobody will really complain, right? But if one company, Google pays this much, Apple pay this much, then people working for Apple will not be happy. So the same thing as this. So sometimes some companies may have like 5% raise and some company 1%, but if all other company doesn't give raise, then the 5% might be wasting money. Okay, so you have to observe, you have to see how to make the decision. And I don't know, like your face are all serious now. So this is, like I said, this is complicated. This is just one decision. This is just the one related to compensation and training. So we have 10 different decisions. We have the marketing, we have distribution, production. Okay, so it's all different. So that's why I say you guys need to work together, try to learn the game. So this is, so just remember, the projection is to help you, but you cannot rely on this 100%, okay?
The communication center is at the bottom. When a team co-manager is logged in and running the Decisions Reports app, the co-manager's name will be highlighted. Click the text chat button to initiate a chat session with one or more teammates. Click the audio mode button to talk to your teammates through voice over internet. You may be prompted by the web browser to allow use of the microphone. The collaboration mode button synchronizes what team members see, so that with these features, all team members can work together at the same time on the same decision entry pages. Every decision entry and report page has a help button. You can access a detailed help document for every decision entry and report page, and every decision entry page has its own specific video tutorial. Everything you need to know about each decision entry page and report can be found in the associated help document or video tutorial. There is a print button at the top of every page, so it's possible to make a hard copy printout of every decision entry and report page, or if you're using the Google Chrome web browser, print any page to a PDF document or storage on a local drive. The Save Decisions button at the right is used to write every decision entry on every decision entry page to the BSG servers. Remember that the decision entries you make are not retained in the system unless you click the Save Decisions button. Also remember that the decision entries you make and save are not final until the instructor scheduled decision entry deadline for the decision round year arrives. Decision entries can be entered, saved, and changed and saved again as often as needed until the decision round deadline arrives.
Okay, so this is also important. Make sure you talk to your teammates. because sometimes when you guys are like on the same, like all logging, so you make sure, you know, one person say like, you have to, I think this is to sync, this button is to sync your, you know, your page. So make sure you guys talk about like who is supposed to say some, you know, what decision, okay? And if you have a teammate that doesn't participate in your discussion, and then just, it happened a lot. So maybe somebody never joined the team meeting and they just, you know, they just change stuff few minutes before the deadline. And they change the whole game because, you know, you guys, so make sure when you form the team, make sure you talk about it. Like, do you want to take turns to assign one person to be the person that check everything by the due day, due time? Okay, so make sure nobody from your team will mess up your decision like in the last minute. Okay, so that's something that you guys have to also, you know, work it out.
With some practice, navigating the Decision Reports app is easy. Don't hesitate to click the help button if you have any questions.
So basically, this is the athletic footwear industry, okay, for the BSU game. And basically, it has 4 geographic locations. One is North America, and then one is Asia Pacific, one is Europe, Africa, and then one is Latin America. So 4 regions that you are going to work with. And all 4 regions, they have different exchange rate, you know, different shipping costs, different tariffs from, so you have 4 regions. And in the beginning, you only have factories in North America and Asia, okay? And you guys can make decision on whether or not you want to build in Europe, Africa, or Latin America. You know, if you want to build, or if you want to build now or in several years, or, you know, you guys will have to make the decision. And what else? Or if you want to expand whatever you have in North America and Asia, okay? So that's something in terms of the production. And then for the market, you also have 4 different markets, the same: North America, Europe, Africa, Asia Pacific, and Latin America. So you need to do, what you need to do is, you have, remember you have 2 factories in North America and Asia Pacific, right? So you in the first year, you won't have factories in Europe and Latin America. So you have to decide how many pairs of shoes you want to ship from North America to all 4 markets, or Asia Pacific to different market. Okay, I personally prefer to ship stuff where it's made because I'm cheap. I don't want to pay shipping too much. I don't want to pay tariff. Okay, so that's just me. But you guys have to read the player's menu. So they, like from some regions ship to another regions, the tariff is 0, or, you know, so that's something you have to figure out. And then because of the exchange rate, sometimes, like now euro is much cheaper now, right? Euro is what, $1.1. So then, or 99 cents. So for $1 US, you can actually get 1.1 euro. Compared to before, it's $1.1, you get 1 euro. So in other words, the Mercedes-Benz or BMW, if it was 44,000 before, you know, 44,000 euro, and when they convert it to US dollar, it would be 50,000, but now it's 40,000. So it depends on how the currency goes. So when you sell shoes, shipping from one place to another place, sometimes it will help you, sometimes it will hurt you. Okay, so that's something you guys have to figure out. And when you go to the decision tag, remember in the bottom, they have the gray area. So the gray area will actually calculate everything for you. Okay, so all you need to do is to change the numbers in the blue area. And then you can see, oh, this will affect the tariff, this will affect the shipping and the exchange rate adjustment, will be affected by, whatever decision you make. So you have to play around. That's why I say in the beginning, it takes a lot of time. You need to play around to see how it affects your result. Okay. What else I was going to say? Oh, so we have 4 regions, right? And when then you have to decide how many pairs of shoes you are going to make. Okay. And then after you decide, you need to decide how many pairs you are going to ship from A to B, A to C, A to D. And they won't change it for you. You have to do it one by one. And if you change one thing, you have to go back and forth to change all the decisions. Later on, you will know. Now I think it's probably too much for you guys. And then for each region, okay, for the whole market, we have 3 segments. First one is called internet segment. That means that the shoe companies sell directly to a consumer. Like when you buy something from Nike.com, from what is another shoe company? Guys, I like these shoes. Hoka. So Hoka.com. And so that's directly. So when you buy something directly from Nike, in theory, you pay, in theory, the price is higher than the price they would give to Foot Locker. Foot Locker also sell, let's say, Nike shoes, or what else? Sell Nike. Where do you buy shoes? Where do you guys go buy your sneakers?
The outlet store.
Where?
The actual outlet store. Like
The outlet store. Okay, so the Nike outlet store, or where else? Oh, okay, DSW. So when they sell, when Nike or Adidas or Puma, when they sell shoes to DSW or to the outlet is different. So to the Foot Locker, they will sell them at the lower price than the price will pay online directly from them, right? So if they sell to us online at very low price, do you think the Foot Lockers or DSW, they will be willing to work with them? In theory, no, right? Because then they need to have their markup. And then of course, we now have a lot of information we can compare. We won't choose to go to DSW or won't go to Foot Locker to buy shoes. So the second market is called wholesale. So that's when that's the bigger market for the shoe company. So they would sell to those retailers at a little bit lower price, and it's the second market. And then you have to do a lot of branding, you have to do a lot of marketing, advertising through the wholesale. And then the third one is called what is it? Oh my God, I forgot. I have to look. I forgot the term. The last one is a private label. Private label. So private label is when let's say the factory to make Nike shoes, they will make shoes for Walmart. Walmart's brand is what? Lucky? I forgot Walmart's brand. So they will make shoes for Walmart's brand, and Walmart will have like minimum quality requirement. So all you guys need to do is if you have extra capacity for your factory, you just say Walmart want the quality to be, let's say 3.0. You just make shoes to 3.0, and then whatever you will bid for the price, for the cost, like you have a little bit markup, and it will be the cheapest. But you don't want to offer the price lower than your cost, right? So you have to look at your cost and then add some markup and then bid for Walmart's order. And they would take orders from the lowest bidder and then second lowest bidder until they fill their orders, until they fill their demand. Okay, so that's the private label. So private label is strictly based on the price. Okay, and we will also talk more in details, but those are the 3 segments that you guys have to work on. And then from the, I don't know if you guys remember what we saw, but from the decision tag, there are 10 different decisions in the compensation, training, marketing, operations, productions, distributions. And then the last one is finance and cash flow. So always check the last one, the cash flow, the last. And then we have also 1 celebrities. So you are supposed to bid for different celebrities. Whoever pay the highest, the celebrity will endorse for your company or your product. Okay, so the celebrities helped with the marketing, with the market share. And then the advertising also helped with the market share. So that's something you guys have to, in your team, you have to decide how much money you want to put in advertising and how much you want to bid for celebrity. And then whether or not you want to expand, whether or not you want to build new factories somewhere else. Okay, so after that, so when you make all those decisions, it takes money, right? So in the end, always look at your cash flow. See if you have enough cash. You know, the definition of bankruptcy is you don't have enough cash, right? So even though you make a lot of money, but if you don't have enough cash to pay your debt, you will be facing bankruptcy, right? So you want to make sure you have enough cash flow. If you don't, there are you can get some kind of loan. Okay, they are 1-year loan, 5-year loan, 10-year loan, and then they also have overdraft loan. So when you don't pay attention to the cash flow, the system, the game will kick in the overdraft loan, but the overdraft loan is the most expensive one. The interest rate is the highest, and they can only have certain amount of overdraft loan. If you have overdraft loan too often, you won't be able to get the 10-year loan or 5-year loan. So that's kind of, it will be bad, like you will be in trouble. So make sure you always check the cash flow tag decision, the last. Make sure you have positive cash flow. If you have negative, just get a loan or issue new stocks, do whatever you guys need to do. Any questions? Is it too much for first day? No questions? Okay, so now who wants to do this online? Higher. Only 1, 2, 2, 3. So you 3 should form a team. Just, and then get each other's cell phone number. Okay, make sure you guys work together. And then for those who want to come to class, form a team of 3 to 4. Okay, 3 to 4 people. Not 2. If you have two teams, just combine it. Okay, 3 to 4. And then write down your name, print your name, and then give me the piece of paper when you write down your name. And then when you form the team, make sure you kind of introduce yourself, what major, what concentration you are in, and when is the extra time you can meet. Usually it should be enough on Monday. On Monday it should be enough, but just to be safe, have like a second meeting time that you guys can meet. Okay, or you can just do text. Make sure you get each other's cell phone. So that's it. I'll let you guys talk to each other, form the team. And when you have your name, just give me the piece of paper. I'll assign you a team.
Yeah, we need one more person. I think I said it right.